Hey YouTube, Dawson Rider here with my review of the Power Rangers Dino Charge 5-inch Action Heroes Wave 1. So our very first wave of figures in the Dino Charge line obviously includes the main 5 Rangers. So to get started, we're going to do my favorite part of all my reviews, which is the boxes. I usually don't go too in-depth with the figure ones, but I'm just going to quickly show the back of each one because they have a little bio on it. So, I don't know, I thought that'd be kind of neat to show. So on the back, you see it's kind of like the Action Hero ones from the last line. It kind of gives little stats about it, and then you got a little description up here. I'm just going to read it because it's kind of small and the glare and stuff. It says, Lucas lives every day like an adventurer. As a team leader of the Rangers, he is driven by a love for action and new experiences, as well as the mystery of his missing father. Thanks, spoiler alert. But so yeah, each one has a little bio about each Ranger. You know, you see got a cool picture on the back, which I think is neat. The packaging's pretty neat. It's got that same sort of like dinosaur teeth effect. Then you got like a little picture of each Ranger at the bottom and stuff like that. And then up there you get like the sort of traditional Dino Charge box stuff that we have been getting. So that's reds. Blues is right here. The back, here's his little picture shot. It says, Koda does his caveman best to adapt to modern life with his new Ranger friends. When he isn't trying to figure out video games and cars, he keeps busy battling Sledge and his henchmen. So those, you know, early casting things about him being a caveman were true. So that should be interesting. So that's blues. Front of the package is still the same. And then we've got Pink Ranger's box here. Shelby's. Picture on the back. It's a pretty cool picture there. It says, Shelby is rough and tough tomboy. Shelby is rough and tough tomboy. I was reading it like Koda would. Shelby is a rough and tough tomboy who doesn't mind, the tape's over this word, getting her nails dirty. She balances her tough physicality with a sharp mind and love of paleontology. Alright, 2 more. Reading is like my least favorite thing to do. It's like, seriously, why am I doing this? Green Ranger's box here. Got the back here. His name is Quinn. He's the one that almost married Barney. Small in size, but big on brains. Quinn is quiet, confident, and disciplined. He is equally dangerous with a sword and a puzzle game. Oh man, what a badass. He can solve Tetris and slice you in half. Alright, and last here we have the Black Ranger, and then his name is Chase. It says Chase was destined to slide by his charm and good looks. Man, this tape's really bothering you. But given the opportunity to be a Power Ranger, he learns the value of pride and teamwork. So yeah, those are the little bios for the Rangers, the first little taste we've got of their characters outside of those early casting sides. Just thought I'd share those. It's super annoying with this light on the camera. It kept shining on the tape, and it was hard to read like the 2 words at the end of the first sentence. Anyway, now that that amazingly exciting part is done, here are the 5 figures. I'm forgoing my little turntable just for this review because of reasons. So you get the 5 figures, so they each come with 2 weapons. I have some of them holding various combinations or singles or whatever, but each one does get the Dino Charge Morpher and the Dino Saber. I have the extras here, so I'll go ahead and show them off like this. They're just a strictly, you know, yellow painted, one solid color weapon. Some of the little molding details are pretty solid. You got a little peg there because it can peg onto the side of their belt, and then the Dino Saber here, which is yellow. And that's all they come with. It would have been cool for maybe at least one of them to come with the combined mode. I know that I think there was something exclusive with the multiple set that's coming at Toys R Us. I think it might be the combined weapon, the giant sword weapon, all their weapons combined into, but I don't know about the cannon. But and I was also thinking, I'm surprised it didn't come with armed on pieces, but I think that'll probably be used for another wave because I could see them doing that. But so yeah, that's all they come with is just those 2 figures and then themselves. We'll go over Red first. I'm going to use him as the base for the articulation for all the guys since it all shares the same base mold. It is essentially the same action hero mold we've been getting, which honestly I don't have a problem with. I'm going to go on a slight little tangent here in a minute, but just to go over the articulation, you get a nice little hinge joint here. You get some great range of motion all around, up and down. You got this little shoulder pad here that's on a hinge, but it doesn't really have any hindrance on it that much. The waist does not move. At least yeah, it doesn't. I just want to make sure. Yeah, I was just double checking because I don't want to be like, no, it moves. Yeah. So it does not move. 360 ball joint, or not ball joint, it's just like swivel joint here on his head. He can't really move it up and down. I mean, you can feel it jiggle, but there's no up and down movement. That's what she said. Then you got a nice little hinge joint on his leg, solid range of motion. Single knee joint here. You can swivel here. You can swivel his hands. So pretty much as expected. Pretty solid articulation. Not figure arts level, but still pretty decent stuff. Just to go on a tangent quick, I see a lot of people hating on this mold as the generic, Power Rangers figures are too muscly, but I honestly don't get it. I mean, these guys do have a bit of muscle tone to them, but you really need to go back and look at like the In Space or the Time Force figures. I think it was like In Space through maybe Overdrive that they were like super roided out with like six packs and like way ridiculous, and before that they were like mutants. I don't see the problem with this mold, honestly. My favorite is the Jungle Fury and RPM molds, but this one is not that roided out. It's anything, it's just more toned than actually roided out. I just don't get people's problem, and in general that's just something PR does. So just that small little tangent. But anyway, aside from that, I really do like the Action Hero mold. Like I said, Jungle Fury and RPM is my favorite, but I think we have a solid mold going on here. Some pretty solid articulation. Fortunately with these I do not have any loose joint problems. I don't know about anybody else. I know that with the Action Hero line of Super Mega Force it was kind of hit or miss. Some would have loose joints, some wouldn't, but right now I don't have any problems. Look wise, I think it looks pretty damn good. I think they got all the paint details on there nicely. I think the head sculpt looks nice. The chest sash, you got some differentiation in color here between the arms and the main body, just like the suit would be, with some texture there. Overall, I think it's a pretty good looking figure, as you can see. I just think they did a really good job of representing it. I'm just going to be the turntable in this review. But yeah, I think they did a good job on it. I don't see too much of a problem with it. I hate to go on a rant like that, but people are super hard on so many things Bandai does that I think figures is one of the things they do really well. And Japan doesn't do regular figures like this. I mean, they have figure arts, but everyone's like, oh, I'm not going to buy this crap. I just buy the figure arts. I'm like, yeah, it's like 2 or 3 times more the money. All right, let's do black now because I just went for him. So same articulation for him. There's no differences there. All the guys have the same mold. Once again, I do think this figure looks pretty good. I think they did a really good job on the details. I think the head sculpt looks good. I think they did a really good job on the chest sausage. I think the color right here is really vibrant. They got a good little picture of the dinosaur there. I don't really have any problems with it feeling cheap or anything like that. I think it's a good looking figure all around. And for me, there's just something special about a Power Rangers 5-inch figure that's just so unique to the line that always gets me excited for the new series, that it's something that this figure arts doesn't do for me. All right, here we have Blue. I kind of got him in a, I don't know, cavemanish pose. I think he looks pretty good also. All these figures do look pretty good. We're just going to look at each figure and I'm going to say they look pretty good. Just to give you a good pan. I think these look really nice. You seem really nice. Happy 42nd birthday, Lori. I don't know why I'm thinking of that episode right now. No one even knows what I'm talking about. At any given moment, I will just start talking about a How I Met Your Mother episode. Alright, now Green, the last of the guy molds. Perhaps, I don't know what it is about him, but he looks the most strange to me proportion-wise, but I don't know what that is, but it's not like a huge deal. Just something about him, but other than that, I think they did a good job. I think they did a good job proportionally on all the helmets. His head looks a little too small for his body, but in terms of like the way the helmets look on the show, I don't feel like there's any, or at least too much squishing on most of them. Pink's got a slight issue for me, but that's nothing major. Yep, so that's Green. Gotta bring the turntable back next time. I'm like the turntable's understudy. Alright, now we have Pink, who has a slightly different mold than the guys. At the base it's the same. You don't have the waist articulation. You do have the head articulation, 360 creepy exorcist stuff. You got the same like hinge joint here, just on a smaller scale, because, skinnier female arms, swiveling. Now her legs are where it's different, because you have this solid skirt piece here and it's hard plastic, so there's really not any motion there. You can see under here, this is terribly dirty, but she's got the possibilities of the same leg joint as the other guys, or at least most of them, but the skirt piece here is like really solid. It's like solid plastic. I know Jungle Fury had it. I don't remember if RPM did, but they had like a soft plastic piece and there were like little slits here so you could, stretch them out or maybe trim them a little bit so that you could actually get the leg movement. But here, that's not really as much of a possibility since it's solid plastic. So she's pretty restricted in terms of movement. She can still bend her knees and swivel, but yeah, she's pretty restricted there, which is kind of annoying. I do kind of prefer that Jungle Fury and potentially RPM, like I said, I don't remember, style where you could stretch it or modify it, or even just from messing around with it and posing, it'll give you a little more leeway over time as opposed to the solid skirt piece. But other than that, I think she's pretty good looking. There's something about her helmet. I feel like these pieces are a bit too protruded, but it could just be me. But for the most part, I think she looks fine. I don't have any problems with her. I love the pink Triceratops, like seriously. It's just awesome to have a pink Triceratops. But yeah, other than just, like I said, it could just be me. Same thing with green. It could be like a personal thing where it's just something I'm seeing. There's just a slight weirdness there. But other than that, it's a good looking figure. But anyway, that's pretty much it for these. Overall, I think it's a really good first wave of figures. I think just standing here, they look really good. They look good on the shelf. Good articulation, a nice paint job. I don't have any loose joint problems, no paint problems. I really don't have too many problems with it. Honestly, if you're a Dino Charge fan and getting excited, or a Kyuger fan, I could definitely recommend these. Like I said, they're cheaper than the figure arts, and it's nice to have them. And as much as I'm loving these figures right now, I'm even more excited for later when we will likely get figures for all the extra Rangers like Aqua and Graphite and Silver, and that's going to be even better because Japan never gave us anything really proper like that. So I'm really excited to see all the Rangers that Dino Charge is going to have in figure form. But anyway, that's about it. Until next time, make sure you check out the Crazy Podcast at writersrangersrambles.com. And of course, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, it's Dawson Ryder, signing out.